Hi friends, the lore comic for Apex Legends Season 12 has officially finished, so I thought I'd do a recap and summarise the full story in under 5 minutes for you, so you don't need to spend ages reading it yourself, but you still get to know what's happened in the lore for the comics this season. I must say, this season's comic is actually really interesting, and the ending will have you jumping out of your seat in shock. So, the Season 12 comic is centered around Lifeline, Octane, and Octane's father, Duardo Silva. For some background, Octane's father, Duardo Silva, has been plotting to take over the Syndicate for a number of seasons. The introduction of Season 12 saw Duardo Silva trying to access something from Olympus. This led to the sabotage of Olympus, for which Mad Maggie was framed. As Mad Maggie entered the games, Octane and Lifeline realised Duardo Silva had something to do with Mad Maggie being there, after seeing her holding his green glasses. The comic essentially picks up from this moment in the Season 12 trailer, where Lifeline and Octane are trying to understand what Duardo Silva is up to. After a bit of discussion, it ends up with Octane deciding to break into his father's safe. Lifeline thinks it's a bad idea though, however, Octane does it anyway. We start to see a little tension here between Lifeline and Octane. As Octane tries to break into Duardo's safe, he gets caught by his father in the act. Interestingly, Duardo has a proposal for Octane. He wants Octane to be by his side in Duardo's push to take control of the Syndicate. Octane's popular with the people, and Duardo wants to use that to his advantage. Duardo also needs Octane's help getting files on the Syndicate from the Frontier Corps. The Frontier Corps are essentially a good group of people that essentially try to help others. After Octane gets his father the files, Duardo Silva transfers a large amount of money to the Frontier Corps. He convinces Octane it's all to help the Outlands, and Octane believes his father might actually be good in this moment. After this, Octane goes to tell Lifeline about the money and that his father might actually be on the good side. Of course, Lifeline isn't so convinced, so they go to break into Duardo's safe together. Lifeline manages to use Doc to crack the safe. Oh yeah, we also find out Doc is female apparently. I'm pretty sure that's something that hadn't been revealed before in the lore. Once the safe is cracked, Lifeline finds Duardo Silva's death certificate in the safe. It turns out the death certificate is what Duardo stole from Olympus. At this point, Octane changes his mind and starts believing his dad is good. Lifeline, on the other hand, wants to take the death certificate public and destroy Duardo's push to control the Syndicate. But Octane starts to believe that his father might actually be good, and Octane ends up burning the death certificate in an angry confrontation with Lifeline. He also ends up saying something he might regret about Lifeline's father not loving her, and this sadly leads to the end of Octane and Lifeline's best friendship. Big rip for you Octane and Lifeline shippers. Finally, we learn that Duardo has successfully taken over the Syndicate. We then get to a confession, perhaps the most surprising thing we've ever had in the lore of Apex Legends. Duardo Silva isn't really Octane's father. Well, I mean Duardo Silva is, but this guy isn't Duardo Silva. It turns out Octane's real father died, and this guy has taken over his identity. He says Octane can call him abuelo, which means grandfather in Spanish. The guy also confirms he's 100 years old, so I'm assuming this is actually Octane's grandfather, and it seems Stim is what keeps him going. Oh yeah, and there's more. Duardo has taken over the Frontier Corps, and is now calling them the Syndicate Corps. Plus, Lifeline's mother is now the leader of the Syndicate Corps, which also looks like an army now instead of a team of healers and helpers. You already know Lifeline's not going to be happy. She loves the Frontier Corps. In fact, they're the whole reason she joined the Apex games. Plus, you know very well she does not get on with her parents, especially her mother. Ultimately, at the end of the comic, we see Octane and his grandfather seemingly team up, with Duardo's motives still unclear right now. And we finish with Lifeline and Mad Maggie teaming up, with Lifeline saying she's going to burn it down. A spicy ending indeed. So season 13 is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm pretty sure the lore's going to continue on from this storyline, and it's going to be juicy. For now though, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.